Well, all right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. I'm black. Well, I'm black. Yeah, I am black. I'm back. So check this out. The Houthis has finally had enough. They have finally had enough of being bombarded from here to hell. Because the United States of America has been unrelentless. I mean, they've been bombing them day and night, tearing up their whole entire countryside, and the Houthis just finally say, you know what, President Trump, we done had enough, we don't want to fight no more. And of course, Trump saying, you know what, I'm glad we don't want to fight no more. That's the reason why we came to this end right here, because we don't want to do no more fighting either. But I tell you what, if the only thing we can do is get you to stop doing what you're doing, is bombing the hell out of you, so be it. Also, hey, this one, I don't know why it's a sensitive subject, and it shouldn't be a sensitive subject, but anyway, I've got to speak like it's for clarity. There's a black man that is on internet that's being sentenced to, I don't know how many, I don't know if it's the death penalty or life in prison, because his son got shot and killed by the police, all right? And of course, the police done their standard operating procedure. They lied, they falsified information, they tried to forge documents and everything. It all got found out. Come to find out that they lied about everything. They unjustly killed this 18-year-old black man. And what Louis Farrakhan was telling people a long, long time ago, I guess this is the egg that cracked the shell right here, whatever you want to call it. I think this is the camel that broke, I think this is the, why you say that, the thing that broke the camel's back. Well, anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. So this father finds the cop, kills him. All right, so he's in there getting the rain, and you got all these cops sitting there full of the courtroom looking at him. And he puts his chin out, look at them face to face, man. And I'm telling you, this is what I personally believe. There's been so much injustice. You can't, in this society right here, you can tell that in a lot of things, you're not going to get justice out of an unjust system. And I'm sure he thought about it every bit about 2 seconds when he found out that his son was killed unjustly. I bet he thought about every bit of 2 seconds. He went and took the law into his own hands. That's why I keep telling people over and over again, listen, you may go out here and do all this stuff, and you may think you may get by because of this unjust system. That don't mean you're going to escape the wrath of somebody's justice. And then they were in the courtroom, and then the brother, they showed a big old brawl where you had like 100 cops on one man. I'm like, look at this, man. And then people wonder why there's always racial tensions here in America. You look at your son. I don't care how young or old they are. And if you love your son, what would you do? Huh? See, we have become so docile in this society right here. I don't know of a man, a real man, that wouldn't do something that he found out that his son got abused, handled, and unjustly killed. That wouldn't do something about it. And I think what this man just did, a spiritual line has been crossed to show everybody we're not putting up with this unjust police force. We're not putting up with this brutality, and we're not putting up with this stuff. We die, and you get to go scot-free. You get to go home to your family. Because I'm telling you, man, you think about it. So just let's ask, the real question is this. Just because someone wears a badge and a uniform, cloth, does that make them any different than you? Because the system gives the police immunity. They don't give us immunity, they give them immunity. I personally, in my own personal right and opinion, I think he did what the Bible said. I think that there's a vengeance that y'all puts down inside a man. And I think that his conscience is clear. I think his family is satisfied because they wasn't going to get no justice from his system. And I think that we're going to be seeing more of this in the future. And I think it's not going to turn around to the point, see, when the American people figure out that there's like 387 million of us, and there's less than 5 million of them, talking about law enforcement, I figure they're going to start seeing things a little bit different. Think about what they have done to make us dumb, dormant, docile, demonized, demoralized, neutered, and everything else. But now Man, it seems like the testosterone levels is on the high. No wonder our food is loaded with stuff that's estrogen dominant to keep us from actually rising up as men. But again, I'm going to ask you, appealing to the court of public opinion. We all have opinions, but what if it was your son? What if it was your daughter? What would you do? Would you just go down and put a prayer vigil up and put a flower in front of the police precinct or wherever he died at and sing Kumbaya? Somebody said, well, Jesus said, vengeance is mine and I will repay. Most of you people don't even have any idea what he's saying. So since you don't have any idea what he's saying, I'm going to tell you what he's saying. You see, the nations have rose up against the real Israel. Not those people over there masquerading. They're Israelis. They're not the real Israel or the people of the book. They themselves would tell you that they have no genetic link with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and Moses at all. They just happen to be us people who came over here on slave ships. And I know people don't want to hear that. And you think that just because you can ignore history, that that's just going to do away with everything. And you think that you can actually put up somebody and use them to practice replacement theology, that that's going to appease your conscience. But you know what? Truth is just like a diamond under pressure. It's soon enough, it's going to rise to the top. That's exactly what it's going to do. You're going to get to see the beauty of it. When Jesus said, vengeance is mine, I will repay, he's talking about he's going to repay every single one of these nations that have brutalized, raped, robbed, murdered, killed. I mean, everything you could think under the sun. Fed them to alligators, raped their women, sodomized the men. I mean, all the brutality that has gone on. And the sad part about it is, which is the good part, a lot of you people are children of the people who did that. And when you go read the prophets, Isaiah, he said that the children are going to pay for what their ancestors done. And that's why I tell people all the time, people, they like looking at me, but they don't want to have no real, true biblical discussions with me. So when Jesus said, vengeance is mine, I will repay, that means Jesus is coming to incinerate. He's coming to burn up every single one of these nations that's going to be against him. That's going to be rising up at the battle of Armageddon. And the blood is going to be so much, it's going to flow up to the horse's bridle. That means there's going to be a river of blood at least 5 foot tall. That's how many people are going to be dead at the coming of the king. So when he's talking about vengeance, he's talking about that. That's what he's talking about. He is going to avenge his people. His people. Not only from their sins, but from all the hand of those who hate us. You'll never be taught that in Christianity. You'll never be taught that in your different Bible philosophies in schools, your Hebrew roots and all that other stuff. You will never be taught that. Never, ever be taught that, because they don't want to see this truth. So many of you just got finished learning a lot just in this short video. We went from the Houthis, then we went to this one guy getting vengeance and taking his own justice. Then we went to the scripture. Man, y'all should go ahead and like and subscribe and come over and join me on Patreon just for that melody in itself. You learned a lot just in one short video. Truth that cannot be denied. All right, looking forward to hearing from y'all. King Cunning.